Hey guys, Common Sense Outdoorsman here, and today I wanted to talk more about feather sticking and talk about another aspect of your knife, or another feature that your knife should have for feather sticking. And I want to say that, I think, why do I keep talking about feather sticking and doing that task? And it's, number one, it's a fun thing to do, and it is a basic task for a woodsman. But I want to say that if you're going to carry a belt knife, that one knife that you're always going to have on you, and your belt knife, your bushcraft knife, your camp knife, whatever you want to call it, that one knife that you're going to have, that you're going to use to do the most tasks, I think a good test of that knife is, can it feather stick? And I know Morskahansky used to say, if your knife can't make a netting needle, what good is it? What good is that knife that you have with you? And he'd be talking about your survival knife, whatever you want to call your knife. But anyways, I think a simpler test of a good knife is, can your knife feather stick? And I would say that if your knife can feather stick, if your belt knife, your camp knife, your bushcraft knife, your carry knife, the knife that you're going to walk off into the woods with, that you're going to have on your belt, if that knife can feather stick well, then that knife can probably take care of all of the other tasks, all of the other common woodscraft tasks that you may have to do while you're out in the woods, whether it's cleaning game or for protection or anything else. If your knife can feather stick, your belt knife, it's probably going to be good for all of that other stuff. So that's why I always go back to the feather sticking. And there are so many features of the knife and so many methods to make good feather sticks. But I'm going to talk about one today that I think a lot of people leave out, and that is the knife handle. Your knife handle is, without a sure grip, you're not going to be able to transfer that power correctly to the blade of the knife to help you to make those easy feather sticks. You don't want to be grunting and groaning, using a lot of energy. You want to use as little energy as possible. And what's going to transfer that power from your energy, your body, to those feather sticks, to making those feather sticks, is going to be your knife handle. And I've brought a knife, and this is my, again, you've seen this before, my Marttiini Explorer, but I wanted to go for a good obvious example of a knife handle that I like for feather sticking. And for me, that is a big, large knife handle, and that's what I like. Now, you may not like such a big knife handle, but I'll say this: for feather sticking, you want your handle to feel very comfortable in your hand, and you want to have a very sure, steady grip. Now, some handles are so small, or they're out of proportion. Some handles have a front finger choil that is very big and skinny. Others in the back will taper off, and the back of your knife towards the pommel will be very skinny. Or you'll see some knives that people like that have a very large palm swell, a very large fat palm swell, which I don't like, because all of those features kind of causes a knife to rock in my hand. I don't want that. When I want to transfer power from my knife blade to the stick to make feathers, I don't want that knife to rock back. I want a good solid, I want it to feel solid in my hand, and I don't want that knife to move around, okay? This is one of my favorite knife handles to do that, to make feathers. Now, you may not like or enjoy a knife handle as big as I do, but I like them big, and that gives me a good secure grip, and I'm able to transfer that power to the feathers. But that's just something that I think a lot of people, when they're teaching feather sticks, leave out. That's one of the most, I know it's one of the most not very exciting or most boring aspect of it, but you need a good, comfortable, secure knife handle. Think of this: you want to make sure that that knife is locked into your hand and it's not going to move around a lot. And I like this Explorer knife for that. And in the future, we're going to talk, I'm going to make a video and go over the entire process and put all these aspects of making feathers and the knife and techniques and the wood type and so on and so forth. I'll put that in one video in the future, but I'm going to go over these different parts of it individually at first. So yeah, a nice, comfortable, secure knife handle is what you need for feather sticks. So let's see how this one works. I'm going to move this camera a little bit and kind of give you, see if I can get down to this log here and give you a little close-up view. And I don't know, I'm just going to pick up some of these scraps of wood I have laying around and see if I can get some feathers going. Okay, there we go. Here's the knife I'm going to use. Let's try a piece of aspen. Got a lot of aspen here in Colorado. And that knife is locked in to my hand. And yeah, see, already, you just get good, steady control. There's not, as you notice, there's not a lot of movement between the knife handle and my hand. I'm kind of locked in there. And that makes it easy, makes it very smooth. I'm not going to get tired. I'm not going to get hot spots on my hand. And it makes feathering very, very easy. So this knife, I know, I've had it for a while. I've used it quite a bit. This is a good belt knife for me. Is it a survival knife? No. Is it a decent woodscrafting knife? I would say it is. And if it can make feathers like this, it could clean game for me. It can make all kinds of bushcraft items, traps, and other items you may need around the camp. Look how easy that is. Easy and effortless because I have the proper knife handle to use. And this wood's dry. Some of these feathers are going to fall off as usual. Okay, let me try another piece. Let's try a piece of this spruce. Spruce is a little bit harder. I don't know. Let's see what I can get going on this spruce. It's kind of a stiff one there. A little harder than that aspen. I'm into some bark here. That's not good either. I'll talk about that in another video. But I've got a good grip on my knife. The feathers come easy. I'm not straining. I can make a ton of feathers with this knife. And it'll be no problem. Can you make feathers with other types of handles? You sure can. Can I? Could I make feathers with my slip joint pocket knife, this Marbles 3-bladed trapper? I could, no problem. I definitely could, but the blade would certainly not be comfortable in my hand, not comfortable at all. But you could do it. Get back down to the log. Get another piece of aspen. This edge is a little gnarlier than the others, but again, with that knife handle secure in my hand and the power being transferred properly to the wood, it's very easy and simple. Look at that. Okay. So of course, why are you making feathers? Well, one reason is because you're going to need a fire. So let's move on over here. Put these feathers in my little camp stove. Okay, I think you can see it there. And all I'm going to do is cut these feathers off in there. Throw them in. Doesn't matter if they're on the stick. And you can even continue to make shavings if you didn't want the feathers on the stick. Again, it's the knife handle that enables me to do this so smoothly and easily. It's a little advanced method without having your stick resting on an object. Get my spruce feathers in there. I'm making some spruce shavings. Okay. And that should be enough to light this up very easily. And I'm going to use an old-fashioned method that I so like using, and that's the everyday common kitchen match. No need to get so fancy. And your feathers will light up quite easily. One match. Good feathers, one match, you have fire. And a knife that's worthy of your other woodcraft tasks. Very easy, very simple. All right, guys. Common Sense Outdoorsman. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.